There's only one issue with all of my cameras. They only film in one direction. And typically that's not an issue, but sometimes there's things going on the other side of the camera that when we have the ability to show off, it really kind of completes the environment and makes it feel like you're here with me. Other times you might have absolutely no idea where the action is happening, and being able to control your frame in post is absolutely amazing. Or maybe you just want to try out a new shot that would have otherwise been completely impossible.
And if so, you need a 360 camera. So the question is this the one you should get? Now, technically, this is not my first 360 camera, but it is the first one in quite a few years, because every time I've owned one of these in the past, there's just always something that wasn't amazing about it. It just never quite was good enough. And we need to see if DJI has changed that at all, which we'll get to in a minute. But let's dig into the hardware of this, because it actually looks a bit different than most other 360 cameras. It's actually shaped a little bit more like their action cameras. So this is actually the Action 6. I do have a full video coming out on this shortly, so stay tuned, because this is an amazing camera. But it looks like this. I actually think it fits a little bit better in my camera bags and things like that. When I'm using it, it swaps out a little bit easier between all of my other cameras. And speaking of swapping out, you do have a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom of this, but it also works with DJI's quick release mechanisms, which is great. You can snap this on and go between a whole lot of different mounts. It makes it incredibly easy to just swap this and some of your other cameras, or just to get it into positions that would otherwise be very difficult, and you can do it in seconds. But it does have the 1/4-20 thread, so if you have something with that, you can just thread it in there. This is just a little bit faster if you're moving between a bunch of different mounts. Also, the screen on this, I actually find it really nice. It's a 16:9 display. If you're using DJI products, this is gonna feel like second nature. There isn't a lot of a learning curve on this. But also what's really nice is it kind of shows you really what your frame would be if you were shooting in 16:9. So that's great. You can kind of move this around as you need to. And also if you do need to shoot a 9:16 vertical, because this is the real open gate right here, you can just go ahead and swap that like that, and then now it's going to give you that 9:16 frame, and again you can just move this around. So I really like the display on this one. Also, it's going to have the same audio features as DJI's mic, so you can pair this with up to 2 of their mics. It's also rated to waterproof depths of 10 meters for underwater usage. It feels extremely rugged, but we do need to get to one caveat on that one. The battery life is also great on this, but also if you get this with the Adventure combo, it comes with a 3 battery and a case on this, and the same batteries work for this as all of DJI's action cameras. So you can just swap between them, or if you already have the battery case, you can just use those batteries for this one. But the best part for me is it has 128 gigs of internal storage, which is absolutely massive, because if you happen to forget your micro SD card, which if it hasn't happened to you yet, it probably will, or you're just better than me, because it has definitely happened to me on a number of occasions. But what happens a little bit more is that I fill up my SD card, and now I have 128 gigs of backup storage to be able to throw everything on. So this is a really cool feature. There's really only one hardware issue I have with this, and that is that you cannot change out the lenses on this at all. So you might be able to send it in for a repair, something like that, but of all of the 360 cameras I've owned, every single one of them I'd managed to scratch the lenses on, and they're pretty much unusable. And those are not replaceable either. Now, the Osmo 360, it does come with this lens guard, which works really well when it's in a case, and it's in my bag. It won't get scratched up at all. It's really easy to put on. But I shoot with this on my car mounts all the time at 100 miles an hour filming Lamborghinis. So it's just a matter of time before some rock gets hit and it scratches up the lens, and I know that's going to happen. Now, DJI does sell a lens protector, which I do have on order. Thankfully, they're only $12, so they're super cheap, which is great. But anytime you put something over the lens, you kind of take a little bit of a hit on quality. So I do wish, instead of just having these lens protectors, I wish you could just swap out the lenses. Even if that was a little bit more expensive, it would be nice to just preserve all of that quality. Now, like I said, every 360 camera I've ever owned, I just never quite felt good enough. And it was mostly 2 issues that kind of kept it from being amazing for me. It was, one is just how difficult or easy it was to take the image or video from this and turn it into something that I could actually use. And the second was just hardware limitations of this fairly new technology. Now, because the 360 camera in theory gives you the best of everything, like all this talk about open gate right now, this is the ultimate open gate camera. Like, you're not just getting a little bit of extra vertical resolution, you're getting an entire frame, and you have the ability to go between 16:9 and 9:16 with zero quality loss in post. You can also zoom in and out for some really cool effects. You have the ability to record what's happening on both sides of the camera and then deciding in post which of those you want to show, or you can kind of show everything if you want to. DJI does have a setting on this though for only recording one side of this if you want to turn it into just kind of a regular action camera. It also has a bonus of being one of the best vlogging cameras that you can possibly get because you don't need to focus on your perspective, like where the camera is aiming. And DJI has a few tricks to really make this amazing and even make this one of the best BTS cameras that you can get for being able to change up that perspective in post. So this uses a new 1-inch sensor. It has an 8K resolution. It can record up to 50 frames per second in 8K, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not because that is a 360-degree view that's 8K. That's the entire world perspective. If you want to pull out your regular frame from that 360 image, it's just a small part of that 8K. So in order to get decent quality from a single like 16:9 or 9:16 frame, you need at least 8K from these 360 cameras. It also has 10-bit video with the D-Log color and profile, which is great because it's the same profile as the Action 6. It's the same as all of my drones. It's the same as my Pocket 3. And so it makes it incredibly easy to just be able to match the color from all of these cameras in post. The bottom is also completely magnetic, so you can actually just stick this straight onto any magnetic piece of metal. Plus, you have things like gesture control, you have voice control, you can pair this with wireless earbuds or a wireless speaker, like a Bluetooth speaker, and be able to get your sound from this. And then also you have that massive 128 gigs of internal storage. So overall, it just has a lot of features to really combat all of my things that I've never liked about 360 cameras. Now, if you are one of those people that hasn't used 360 cameras very much or just never loved 360 cameras, this is the part of the video you need to watch. For everyone else, definitely skip it. But I think there are a couple things that people get wrong with 360 cameras that really become issues if you have this mentality. And I say that because I was one of these people for a very long time. So I want to address this. The first issue is that people want this to be their everything camera. It can do everything in theory. You can get your framing in post and do so much. So you want to replace your other cameras, like their action cameras and things like that. And when you have that mentality, you're going to create flaws that aren't actual flaws in the system. You can't think of this as being an everything camera. I don't see it like that. Like, this is not replacing my action cameras or anything else. It kind of holds a different place. This is a particular camera for a particular use case, and it does things that no other camera does. And if you think about it in that way, 360 cameras are absolutely amazing. You can do things on this camera that nothing else can do. The other is that a 360 camera records everything. And because of that, the file sizes are super large, much larger than like a single action camera. And it is now recording everything. So in order to make this into something that you can use, it really requires an extra step in your workflow because you have to take this file and figure out where your frame is and do all of this in post. Now, the good thing is that DJI provides 3 different ways of doing this, actually. There is a studio app for editing your images or your video on a desktop. There is a mobile app as well with a lot of really cool features and some kind of auto features in that one. And then there is a studio plugin software for Adobe Premiere, which is what I used a lot for being able to reframe everything in post. I wouldn't say it's as comprehensive as some of the other ones out there. I hope this is something that they get better at with time because, again, this is a first 360 camera for DJI, so I'm sure they're going to add a whole lot of features. But yeah, there's just a whole lot of ability to do this now that there never was before. And if you think about 360 cameras like that, I think this is going to be a great option for you. So that question is this finally the 360 camera to buy? And from my perspective, this finally fixes pretty much all of my issues with 360 cameras. It has the best image quality I've ever seen from a camera like this. You have that 10-bit log color profile, which not only just the colors look awesome on this, but also it matches all of my other cameras like the Action and the Pocket 3 and my drones and everything like that. So it's so much easier to color grade from this camera than it's ever been before. You have the built-in internal storage. It's waterproof to 10 meters. And now I have the ability to reframe everything in post, so I can get like creative shots that I just never would have been able to get in any other way. There's just so much that you can do with this camera that you cannot do with any other camera. And so the only issue for me has been that there is still one extra step in post to be able to take the footage from this 360 camera and make it into something that's usable. And this is where I think DJI Studio app, as it becomes even more intuitive and built in with features, is just going to make this process even better. And no matter what, like, these are just shots that are not possible to get without a 360 camera. Even the opening shot that was like a rig on a camera on a 10-foot pole leaning against a garage in an industrial warehouse. And because the camera automatically deletes the pole, like you don't physically see it in the frame, it looks like I just mounted the camera 20 feet into the air, which there's zero chance I would have been doing. And so this just opened up a massive amount of new possible perspectives that I can capture. And for that, I think it's absolutely worth it. So hit me up with any questions you guys have on the camera. I have tons of BTS on this over on IG, so you can hit me up there as always. The Action 6 coming up soon. Subscribe, like, appreciate it, guys. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I'll catch you in the next one.